Hi guys, these are 10 things that I wish I knew at 21. I wish I knew these 10 things at 21. Now that I'm 31, life would have been easier, or I would have taken some pressure off my chest thinking of them. I feel like there are things you just feel like you were told, and now that life doesn't come with a manual, we need experiences or people who have experienced life in a certain way to talk to us. And number one, look for advice from specific people, like people with goals that you want to go. Like, don't go for advice from everyone, as long as they are adults, as long as they have achieved something in their field. Their journey and your journey are two different things. You don't compare yourself with a doctor if you are a teacher. The journey that they went through is different. The people they will encounter, the circumstances they encounter along the journey of their profession is different from yours. You don't go along asking for advice from someone who doesn't value marriage and you are married for them to help you solve your marriage. The fact that they don't value marriage or they behave like they don't value marriage should communicate to you that this is someone you should not be asking for advice from. They may be good to advise you in other things, but not related to that topic. Look for the best in your journey. Like when you are walking your journey, look for people that have grown before you, that are grown and have made mistakes and are sure to grow or to help you grow. Look for specific people to guide you. Like, don't just go for anyone to guide you. People in your field, people that are interested in what you are also interested, they may be able to help you. The second thing I wish I knew when I was 21, now that I'm 31, is give respect to your parents no matter what reasons they will give you not to. Like, they are drunk, give them their flowers. They are behaving otherwise, give them their flowers. They are your parents. Just like when you're paying tithe to God, you're not paying tithe because God did something to you or God did something for you. You are paying tithe because God is God. The same way, give respect to your parents, the same way you give tithe to God. Allow yourself to think from a point of this is just my parent, like all other factors being constant. I would not be here if my parents were not there. Give your parents the flowers they deserve. Like, I got liberated from many things that I would have called right now, I would have called them curses, or things that I would have thought that I would not really get out of them, because I reached a place where I think I was 27, 26, that I decided to just give my dad his due respect. He's my father. Without him, I would not be here. Like, without my dad, I would not be here. So I reached a point where I just decided to give my dad his flowers, to just respect him for who he is, no matter how less behaved of a parent he was when I was growing up. I just decided to let my dad be my dad. And I think from then, things started opening up, and this is a story for another day, but just know that you have to just respect your parents no matter what they are doing, no matter what they are going through. Just understand that the circumstances they grew up in, you don't know. Like, you don't know everything that went on in your parents' lives when they were growing up. You don't know the traumas they are going through. You don't know the demons that are following them. You don't know what was happening when they were growing up. Just allow yourself to be a free child. Dissociate yourself from pitying yourself and saying, I wish I had a parent like. Just allow yourself to love your parents the way they are. Number three of the things I wish I knew at 21, now that I'm 31, is intentionality, like living your life with intention. Why am I doing this? Why am I going there? Why am I associating myself with them? Or why do I want to join this course? Why do I want to do this? Like your why, like why, WHY, should tell you what to do. Why are you there? Why are you doing that? Why those friends? Why that company? Why that job? Why that business? Living life from intentionality is something I wish I had started early. I wish I had started early to live life with intention. Because when you live life with an intentionality, you focus so much on what you really want. You work on your dreams from a point of awareness, and you reach your goal with so much satisfaction, knowing that you really intended to do this. Like, you really intended to just take yourself to the journey. And when you have intention, even when challenges come, like, you know the intentions, you know your reasons for pursuing that goal or for pursuing that cause, you will be able to handle the challenges that come along because you have set your mind on the why. Guys, live your life on intention. You'll thank me later. You'll come back here and comment and say, Maria, thank you for that comment. Yes, try living your life with intentionality and from a point of awareness. You will thank yourself later. Number 4 of things I wish I knew at 21, now that I'm 31, is trust God in everything. Those things you feel like they are pressing you so much that you feel like you should go complain to your neighbor, to your friends. God, I tell you, God, He is never late and He never slumbers. If you go and talk to God, tell God what you really are going through. Tell God what your intentions are. Tell God what your challenges are, and mix them up and let Him know that you allow Him to work on you or to work in you, and do your part. Leave the rest to God. Everything will align the way you've never seen. Like, if I was following sermons the way I do right now, and if I was reading the Word of God the way I read the Word of God right now, I think at 21 I wasn't really into, like I said, I wasn't so intentional. So I wasn't like, I'm reading this word so that I can equate it to something. So right now that I have so much intention in what I do, like in everything I do, I have to have a reason for it. Right now, when I read the Bible, when I talk to God, when I meditate, I have an intention of coming out with some result. Like, if it is more understanding, if it is more wisdom, if it is just closure, like to know where I should head, like what is the next step. Trusting God has helped me to go the direction that I have been hoping for all of my 20s. Like, oh God, my 20s. I feel like all things that I did in my 20s were not even close to my dreams. I had dreams, yes, but I didn't know how to really put them in procession, like saying, now I have to do this, then I'll do this, and then I'll do that. I didn't know. Damn you, Maria. I didn't know anything like to plan and put myself out there and say, I will do this and to the end. Most of the time, I would start, call God to action, and then all of a sudden, after 1 or 2 or 3 days, I don't go according to the plan. I would go like go astray, like not remember what I was supposed to do, or just leave that project like that. I can't, I think I did so many businesses within my 20s, and I thought everything was not going my way. But the problem is, I did not really, really trust in God, and I wasn't intentional. Guys, these are the best things that have ever happened to me: intentionality and trusting God. Next, the fifth thing that I wish I knew at 21, now that I'm 31, is rejection is not always a bad thing. Rejection is not always a bad thing. I can't count how many jobs since 20 when I graduated since when I graduated in 2015 up to last year. I don't know how many jobs I got rejected from, and I don't know how many, I can't start counting how many people just ignored me. I can't count. If I look at my emails, the sent part, like I don't send informal emails mostly. I only send job application emails. I never send any email apart from job application. So when I look at the emails I sent out, oh my God, I I don't know. I think I have over 3,000 or over anything between 3,000 and 5,000 job applications that I did from 2015 up to last year. Guys, in during my 20s, I was feeling like a failure, like someone who did not really get cut out for the course they did. That I used to feel like an imposter for doing food science and technology. Like, who goes to school, studies for 4 years, gets her degree certificate, and it is like no one even wants you to do an entry level job. Like, I used to even write and say, just give me an entry level job, and I would not get that job. How? My 20s was like, girl, how rejected are you? Like, does God even remember you? That also contributed to the fact I was talking to you about trust in God. I reached a point and asked myself, is this God really existing? Like, does he really even see me? Like, am I really in his picture? Or am I forcing self on him? It reached that point. It was very personal. I was very personal with God. Like in my 20s, I was so personal with God. I would reach, I would have these episodes of bitterness with God and ask him, what did I do wrong to you? But the discovery of trust in God came in, and I gradually started allowing myself to let him, like just surrendering and letting him do me as he would. Like, I wanted just to do my part, know what questions I would be asked in interviews, know how I would answer them, know my job. Like, my work was just to work on myself and then let God do his part. Which brings us to the sixth point of the 10 things I wish I knew when I was 21, now that I'm 31. Personal growth can be learned. I wish I knew that personal development is something you can really learn. I wish I knew that I can develop myself, that I can learn things about myself. I didn't really know that I can just sit down, take a book, and read things, and those things would really communicate to me and teach me how to live life. I didn't have anything. Life skills to me was something like a puzzle. I didn't have any life skills, I think so. Like, I was so emotionally immature in my 20s that, oh God, I wish someone told me at 21 that, Maria, you can grow your emotional intelligence. Like, your EQ can be grown at any age. You know, we are told that the prefrontal cortex doesn't grow past 25 years of age, but the emotional the emotional intelligence can be grown at any age. Even if you are 50, you can grow your emotional intelligence. You can know how to interact with people, how to handle yourself in public, how to handle yourself even when you are alone. Like, are you proud of things you do when you are alone? Are you? Like, I used to do things, and most of my private time was like pity. I'm cursed. I can't even afford this. I can't even afford that. And I was wiring my self worth on things that I had rather than who I really am internally. And it really makes me feel mad that I couldn't even know that I can even just be me and be happy with me. Guys, if you get a chance, get books. If you can afford, buy books. If you can afford to just spare some 30 minutes every day, read a book to develop yourself. Guys, if you are younger than me, if you are 20, 21, up to 30, please listen to this. If you are 19, 18, 17, still planning to go to uni, to go to college, listen and listen to me good. Develop yourself, darling, and you will thank yourself later. Like, if you just take that book, read with intention, and know why you are reading it, develop yourself, develop your confidence, you will be able to achieve more in a very short time. And I feel like the more you trust the process, the more the confidence you get, because the more you develop yourself personally, the more the confidence you get, the more you start getting word out. Like, people start even recommending you for jobs you thought you could not get. I feel like my doors have opened so much when I started trusting in God, and when I started learning on myself, and when I started being intentional. The seventh thing I wish I knew when I was 21, now that I'm 31, is allow yourself to learn from others. And because it is not necessary that you learn from experience, like the lawyers say, wekereho muviri kuo, like ujulie kwa mwili yako, like you learn on yourself. Don't, if it is not so necessary, please learn from people around you. Learn from your surroundings. Don't allow yourself to go into things that will make you regret later and waste your time. Experiences are all around us. Like, we can see people who went through things we want to go through. We can ask them questions. We can even observe their lives the way they are and see this one is not working. Don't go into things just because you want to satisfy your curiosity. Learn from your environment. Learn. Look everywhere. There's lessons everywhere. There is someone somewhere, every time, everywhere, trying to show you that when you go this way, you will get this result. When you go that way, you will get that result. Like, lessons are all around us. Try to learn from people, try to learn from the environment instead of letting yourself go into a similar situation without even analyzing what may be the outcome. The eighth thing I wish I knew when I was 21, now that I'm 31, is 25 is not old, darling. 25 is not old. When I talk about this topic, it is so raw. When I remember the first day in uni, my aunt had just dropped me and it was late and she had to go back to Nairobi. At Dedan Kimathi, there is this circular place where students hang out after classes. So I had just my suitcase there. I was like, now I'm here. I've stepped my leg in uni. My life is going to be superb. After graduation, I get a job. At 25, I have a husband. I have a kid. I have this car. I had even the specs of the car. Like, I had the specifics of the car. I'm 31, guys. Yes, I have a husband. Yes, I have kids. I don't have the dream job yet. As I told you, the rejections in my 20s about my jobs were so many. I don't have the car yet. I'm 31, guys. And I was setting these goals for 25. Guys, 25 is not old. Like, I used to look at 25 when I was 19, when I was 18, that first day when I stepped in college, and say, at 25, like, I used to look at 25 as that, the primal age, like the age where now you are a woman at 25. In real sense, when I reached 25, I don't even understand if I was a girl or I was a woman. I don't know. Just know that 25 is not old. 25, you are still a child. All I can say is at 25, I was still a child. I didn't understand anything. I had not even started learning about myself. So I did not even understand myself. I did not even know my preferences. And funny thing is, what you like at 21 is not what you like at 25, is not what you like at 28. Things change. Things do really change. So guys, 25 is not old. The ninth thing I wish I knew at 21, now that I'm 31, is your family matters more than you think. Yes, they may be wayward, they may be doing things you don't like, they may be like, there are some family members who are so, what is the word? People who like take things for granted. Like, they take things for granted and they feel like everything you have is also theirs. People just take you for granted. People just fly over you. People just tramp on you. But they're still your family. Don't make decisions that you will regret later about your family. If they are crossing their boundaries so much, you can try to distance yourself from them, but don't cut the ties so bad that you will even feel ashamed to go back to them. At the end of it all, you still need each other. You will not bury yourself, they will not bury themselves. Girl, boy, go to your family. Just take time. Understand your family's flaws. Understand them, what makes them tick. Understand what makes them tick. Understand them and know when and where you can have conversations with them. They are so valuable. When I started losing my family members, first I lost my grandfather, second I lost my grandmother, and then I have lost so beautiful cousins, very beautiful cousins. I miss my cousin, like, I miss my cousin so much. We call him Daddy. I miss Daddy so much. Daddy was someone who was like a very vibrant soul. When you were with him, apart from the fact that maybe he was into drugs or he had started being an alcoholic at a very young age, Daddy was a very good soul. Like, you would sit with him and the stories he would tell you, like, you would find evening coming so quick. I miss my cousin so much. And then his brother also, I think it is his brother who went first. That one was a younger one, so I did not know him well. But Daddy was kinda my age. I am a year older than Daddy. And we used to click so much. When Daddy died, I felt something left me. And when you have a family members, even if they are like Daddy is my step cousin, like his grandmother and my grandma are co-wives, but we have a same grandfather. But we were connected so much. And I feel like sometimes we take for granted people, because when we are in big families, big extended families, we feel like we are not supposed to connect with them so much because they are not our own. Like, families with many, like, for example, if I take an example of my family, I don't feel like we connect so much, but anytime I feel like something bad has happened to one of my uncles or my cousins or one of my grandmothers, I feel something bad. And when I hear like something good has happened to them, I also feel like I rejoice with them. And most of the time we are brought up with the hatred and we feel like, yes, they have to be hated, but no, they are people and we have to just love our families the way they are. Accept your family the way it is. You were born into it. You did not choose. Allow it to be yours. Own into it. Like, just allow yourself to love your family. The 10th thing I wish I knew when I was 21, now that I'm 31, is document each and every step of your life journey. Journal if you like. Jot down those simple steps you feel like maybe they don't matter to you then, but when you look at them in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, you will really have a reason to appreciate God for the far he has brought you. Document your life, because if you don't document your life, you yourself will even forget things you went through that really made you grow. It is the things we go through step by step. It is the things that we go through that make us grow. The more we experience these issues, the more we experience the challenges, the more we handle them, the more we will know how to handle the next hurdle, how to handle the next challenge. You will know because you have already passed through some of the challenges. You will know that no challenge can really defeat you because you have gone through your past experiences and you can really put to it that you handled it in a certain way, so maybe you can try to handle it in a certain other way. Documenting your life is something that will also help you to even relieve relieve yourself of stress. If you look back like 10 years ago and find out that a challenge you are going through right now is not as big as the challenge you had the other year, you will find yourself even smiling because you know that God doesn't give you a challenge you cannot handle. God is always our backup, and our intentionality to seek and trust in Him is what will help us to even move past the challenges we are going through. As I wrap up, the 10 things that I wish I knew when I was 21, now that I'm 31, I just want to say that things change, and my thoughts right now may not be the same as when I will be 35. I don't know if my thoughts will be the same. I don't know if I will still be believing in what I believe in right now. I have found out that I evolve so much. And from the things I document from my journals, I feel like after 6 months, I have made some changes. Like I have changed so much, but mostly to the positive ever since I started studying my life well and well. Nigerians said, well, well. I have really channeled my life in a way that it is changing and evolving, but towards the direction that I love. So my thoughts right now may not be my thoughts in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. Oh, I wonder how I will be in the next 10 years. Will I have white hair in the next 10 years? My mama had white hair even when she was 20s. I wonder if that gene will come to me and at least give me white hair when I'm 40. So that's why I'm wondering if at 40, in the next 10 years, will I have white hair? How will I look like? Will my mentality have changed? I like a positive mind change, mind shake. Mind shake. Mind shake sounds like a milkshake. This is mumbling